everyone, and welcome to the QT in Training Kidpreneur Seminar with the beautiful and talented Miss Tasheka Green. Can we give her a round of applause? And let's give a round of applause to all of our beautiful little QTs sitting here. And then let's give a round of applause to you and our beautiful, beautiful Miss United States. And thank you all for coming. We really appreciate your support. Now, before we get started, I want you to raise your hand if you know what a QT is. All right, I didn't see everyone raise their hand. How about if you stand up if you are a QT? All right, so how about this? Because everyone didn't stand, right, Michaela? So let's see if we can do this. How about if you are not standing, stand if you know a QT? Okay, now we have everybody standing. So what I want you to do is go to someone that you don't know and tell them that they are a beautiful QT. So we'll do a door. Thank you again, everyone. So we are going to get started. Our first guest speaker, Miss Lexi P. She is the kidpreneur of Curlinista, a hairline that you will see in Sally Beauty Supply soon. So while we are waiting for her arrival, why don't we get started with a door prize?
Yes, door prizes.
So, did everybody have a chance to put their name in the basket? If you haven't, please raise your hand. All right, so we're going to get started. Thank you, Jamie. Michaela, let's mix them up a little bit.
Aunt Bonnie.
Aunt Bonnie, yay! Aunt Bonnie, you could give her her gift. Thank you, Aunt Bonnie. All right, so that is our first door prize of 3. So our first speaker is Miss LaQuisha Hall. And Miss Hall, if you don't mind, would you please stand? Thank you. Can we welcome her? Miss LaQuisha Hall is I love this title, the unbothered queen of confidence. She struggled through low self-esteem due to being naturally thin. She also witnessed domestic violence as a child and was sexually abused by clergy as a teen. But now, she is an international advocate for herself and for others. LaQuisha actively works to empower women and youth to overcome catastrophe and through their cordator confidence. I know. I need to work on my French. Help me out on that. LaQuisha has dedicated her life to serving her community through her service and has been recognized by great leaders, including who I consider still my President Barack Obama. Yes, can we all agree? Thank you. That is our president. Yes, Governor Martin O'Malley, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake, Mayor Catherine Pugh, and Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby. She also won the state, regional, and national pageant titles, including Mrs. Essence 2013. Thank you so much for coming here today, and come on up and share a word. You are very welcome.
I feel like I deserve more claps. Y'all did all that for the president. Thank you so much for having me. Before I even start, I need maybe 4 volunteers. Before you volunteer, and nobody raised their hand. I feel like I'm in class. I'm also a teacher. Praise the Lord. Baltimore City Teacher of the Year. Only for another month maybe, but I need 4 young ladies who got good lungs and who can blow up a balloon by themselves. Ooh, I got a hand. Come on down. I need about 4 of you. You can come with her, and you got to be able to tie it up. They might need parental support on that tying up part. Okay, of course you. You are going to get the first one. Okay, blow that up for me. Okay, and where's my other volunteers? Come on down, honey. Are you coming? Come on down. Blow that up for me. And maybe one adult. Can I get one adult? Oh, yay, the queen. Okay. And if you could just blow that up and tie it up, and I'm going to tell you what I want you to do with it in a second. But I'm so honored to be here. Today is my birthday, too, y'all. Praise the Lord. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Thank you all. I could not turn this down even though it was my birthday because queens support queens, right? So I'm so honored to stand before you to support a young person. I have dedicated my life to young people. I was a young person who needed someone to guide me. And because of the guidance of Michaela's mom, she is now standing before us, a published author. So proud of you. Let's clap for her for being amazing at her age. Also, Queens in Training means that there's something that you have to learn in order to become a queen. So I want to teach one of the lessons that I'm not sure is included in the book yet. I'm going to get my copy today. I don't know what lessons Michaela's going to teach us through her writing, but there is one lesson that I would like to teach all the young queens and adult queens today because we all need to learn this lesson. So I need a volunteer who doesn't have a balloon, and it doesn't have to be an adult. I would like one of my precious young queens with their crowns on. They all so cute. They look like I'm not messing up my outfit today. That's what they look like. Can I get one of the queens to volunteer? Thank you, honey. Somebody help her with her crown before she come. She had her crown on a tilt. We got to help straighten each other's crowns, too. Thank you so much for helping her. Thank you for volunteering. Come on down, honey. You're going to stay right there. Stay right there. Tell me your name real quick.
Deanna.
Deanna. Hi, Deanna. Okay, do me a favor and turn around and face everybody. Okay, so Deanna is going to be our example today. Do all my queens with balloons have it blown up and ready to go? Okay, I got one that's struggling just a little bit. You need some help? You need a little bit of help? Okay, we're going to call on you last then, okay? You're going to get some help in the meantime. But Deanna is a queen in training, and there's a lesson that she needs to learn. One of the things that Deanna might be going through is struggling in school. Sometimes our young queens struggle with some of the academics. So as a result, that can become something that you got to juggle, a struggle that you got to juggle. So I want you, Michaela, to throw your balloon at Deanna because she got to juggle that in the air. So you're just going to keep that up in the air. Do y'all see how Michaela threw it back at her? She's helping her with her academics because you didn't have to do that. So thank you, Michaela, for helping her. But sometimes school ain't the only thing you're dealing with. You went home and your mother told you to clean your room. Can you throw that balloon at her too? Because she got to clean her room while she do her homework. Yeah. Oh, look how she jumped in to help her clean her room. You can help her. Now, y'all keep throwing them at her because she got to keep going to school and she still want to stay at home. Okay. And then in the midst of that, maybe at school that day, one of your friends decided they don't want to be your friend anymore. So you're a little heartbroken, Deanna. So she is going to help her. You're going to come over here. You're going to throw that balloon at her too because she misses her friend. She got a lot to juggle, huh? She got so much to juggle that her self-esteem is becoming low. So, Andromeda, can you throw that struggle at her too? Deanna, you got so much going on, girl. Okay, so one thing I want y'all to look at. All these balloons represent the struggles of one young girl, but look how many queens it took to come up and help her. And the fact that I didn't even get to the part where she needed help and they just jumped in and helped her. Can we clap for the queens that came up to help her? Okay, y'all stand up here for just a second. Stand up front just a second. Okay, I just want to say thank you to you all. What you just demonstrated to the adult and the young queens is that even though one person may have a lot of things that they're juggling, that we can all jump in and help. That we can all jump in and help them not struggle anymore. That we can help somebody that looks like us, somebody that doesn't look like us, and somebody that we want to help keep their crown on. So you remember when you go to school, Deanna? She looking like, I made it through that. Praise the Lord. Remember when you see your friends and they might be sad. Remember when you see your classmates and they might be struggling, that we can help them because we're sisters, okay? And queens in training. High five each other, and then you can go back to your seats. Thank you so much. Now, guess where they learned that lesson from? Michaela said me. I wrote the book. That's what Michaela said. They learned that lesson from watching us. The adult queens, the queens that are no longer in training, who have already been trained and who should be trained well enough to be examples and models of that. So I'm standing before you today to just ask you to continue being a queen in front of our young queens. They have to have something to aspire to become. And unfortunately, in our media, in our society, there's so much that's going the opposite direction of a queen today. And so they need to see us loving each other, supporting each other, not talking about each other. That when somebody is juggling their balloon, that we jump in and help without a problem, just like they did for each other. And just like out of the mouths of babes, they learn from us, we can also learn from them. So I just want to thank you all for being here to support this young queen today. She deserves it. And I also want you to be inspired by her. Every person sitting in front of me, including the young girls, have a story to tell. Be the author of your own story. Write your own book today. Start today. I want you to be sitting in the same position that Michaela is in. If we're going to call ourselves queens in training, let's train ourselves to pick up the pen and write the story too. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Thank you so much, Ms. Hall. Yeah, let's give Ms. Hall another round of applause. And so Dr. Green has something she would like to present to Ms. Hall. Mrs. Hall.
So I actually met LaQuisha through, her name is Dr. Vicki Johnson, if anybody knows her. Yes, she's fabulous. And so when I was at we were over a friend's house, Lisa Jones, who's one of my mentors. We were at her house, some of us young ladies, and we were just sitting around sharing where we have been and some of the things that we were going to be doing in 2019. And, you know, if you had asked me this last year, I probably wouldn't have said that I'll be doing this in 2019. But what I have been really keen about is that the works that you do, when they're inspired by God, you better do it. Because if you don't, this is what I learned. You can be replaced. He can give it to somebody else to do. And so most often when I get an assignment, I get scared because I don't have the provision or the resources, but everything I've ever done was funded by faith, and it comes through life processes. So when we start sharing about the book and how it evolved, it came through a process that we went through together, Michaela and I. And so with that being said, we were sitting around talking, and Dr. Vicki Johnson like, you need to meet LaQuisha Hall. She's this, she's that. And if Vicki Johnson tell you something, just believe it. Okay, she's not going to put you in bad company. So when I emailed her, we called, we talked, and she said, it's my birthday, but I'll be there. And so thank you. So if we know you're going to creep out because your handsome husband probably got something great planned for you. So you got to go ahead and creep out. But on behalf of Michaela and I, we just want to thank you. And it says Certificate of Appreciation awarded to LaQuisha Hall for giving of her time, talent, and resources. Okay, Michaela, stop me. I'm sorry. She's going to read. Go ahead.
Certificate of Appreciation awarded to LaQuisha Halls for giving of her time, talent, and resources to inspire and share with Queens in Training. On this day, the 2nd of March 2019, I am a QT, Queen in Trading Book Soiree.
Thank you. And you actually... Thank you. Appreciate it. And enjoy your birthday. You got a bike back now, Queen. Too many queens in here today.
Yes. I'm the main one. The one who has the mic is the main queen. So let's give Mrs. Hall another round of applause. And again, happy birthday. I would sing to you, but we don't have time, so. So next we have another door prize. So Jamie, if you don't mind bringing up the basket. Michaela, we have another door prize. So what I didn't share with you all yet is the reason why Michaela is such a diva and such a QT is because I'm her godmother. And I'm humble and modest too.
Nikayla.
Nikal. Nikalia. Nikalaya. Oh, Nichelle? Yay! Congratulations. Come on up. Nichelle. Thank you, Nichelle. Give her a big hug. Thank you so much for coming. Hope you enjoy your prize. So now I don't need to introduce her because you all know her. She is a phenomenal woman, and she is the mother of our QT, Dr. Green. And Dr. Green is going to introduce our young author, Miss Michaela Green.
Okay, everybody. So we're going to now have an opportunity to have a little interview. And so this will be my first time interviewing Michaela. She was actually, I have a talk show every second Saturday of the month. She was on the show last August, and she did a book club with the young girls. So ladies, we will be doing the book club again this summer. So make sure that we have your email address. So when we send the call out and invite, please come. So I'm going to introduce Michaela. You can have a seat. Little Miss Michaela Green is a young 8-year-old author. She is also the author of 10 Purposeful Tips for a Successful School Year, the owner of the brand I Am a Cutie, Queen in Training, and the founder of Michaela's Online Book Club. Michaela is a beautiful, creative, talented, and gifted child. She loves God for her family, friends, school, writing, reading, drawing, and eating pizza. Michaela's hobbies include dancing, singing, and gymnastics. She has learned how to speak Spanish at school and uses the language at home with her mom and brother, and it makes Daddy mad because he doesn't understand us. Michaela wants to go to college to become a singer and an entrepreneur. She would like to thank God, her family and friends, and her teachers who continue to believe in her and help her every day. Can we give a hand clap for Michaela Gabrielle Deborah Ann Green? Okay, don't be nervous. I think you done exactly. All right. Hello, Michaela. How you doing today?
I'm fine, Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Do you want to say anything before we start our? And we did not practice this. I just want y'all to know. Do you have anything you want to say before we get started to everyone?
Hi.
Hi, that's it. Anything else? No? Would you want to introduce yourself, or was that good enough?
My name is Tasheka Green, and I'm a 2-time author.
Okay, thank you, 2-time author. Well, come on in. So I'm smiling because she made it. So Lexi P is here. Let's give her a hand clap while she comes and set herself up. Glad you guys made it, Miss Monica and Lexi. You guys can come on over. And Lexi, I'll call you up after we finish, okay? You'll be next. All right. So you ready for your questions?
Yes.
Okay, hold your mic up so they can hear you nice and loud. All right. So, Michaela, first question. What or who inspired you to write your book?
Who inspired me to write my book was my mom, Dr. Tasheka Green.
Okay, well, thank you. That's such an honor. And why did I inspire you to write your book? Can you tell us what happened and why you wrote the book?
Because you were an 8-time author, and I decided to become an author too.
An author too? Good. Well, thank you. Well, your book has a lot of affirmations in them. What's affirmations?
Affirmations is something that it is something that describes a person.
Describes who you are, and so you start with what 2 words in your book with each of your sentences?
Fearfully made.
You're fearfully made. What else did you say about yourself?
Born from a legacy.
Born from a legacy. What else? Anything else?
You are grateful.
Grateful. Okay. And so what we're going to do now, if it's okay, if Jamie could bring us a book, would you like to share your book with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so they can understand what you're saying. So would you like Aunt Jamie to hold the mic while you read, or you want her to turn your pages?
I want to turn my pages.
You want her to turn the pages for you? Okay, so it's nice and loud. Read your book. And Aunt Jamie will help you turn the pages. Are you ready?
I am a cutie. I am smart.
You can show the pictures. Okay. Jamie, you're a teacher. You know how to do a read aloud.
I am creative. I am a dreamer. I am focused. I am beautiful. I am fearfully made. I am grateful. I am born from a legacy. I am a cutie.
Mm-hmm.
I am a queen in training.
I am a queen in training. Thank you for reading that. Yes. And at the end of the book, if Aunt Jamie can show, it leaves a page as an opportunity for other cuties to actually write and illustrate their own story, and they can begin it. So great work, Michaela. Can you tell us a little bit, too, about an incident that happened at school at the beginning of the year that really inspired a lot of this, too? What happened at the beginning of the school year?
So
Hold your mic up.
what happened was I was bullied, but then I made my book I Am a Cutie to give young girls confidence so they don't have to go what I went through.
So, very nice. So you were bullied at the beginning of the school year. It was a little girl. She was new to your school. She was trying to make her...
And she also said, "Is that fake hair in your head?"
Is that what she said? Is that fake hair in your head? What you tell her? I know you told her something. What you tell her?
What I said is, maybe you should check your eyes.
Check your eyes. Okay, that's good. You should check your eyes. Well, listen. And so you were bullied. You had some challenges at school. You were in 3rd grade. You were seeing a lot of different teachers. So it was a little different this year. And so we came home and we had some conversations and we just started doing some affirmations so that you could really believe in yourself and you could do better. So are you doing better now?
Yes.
Are you being bullied?
No.
No. And can you share with the everyone that's here what you did on yesterday at school? Nice and loud.
What I did yesterday was I went around the school to share my book, and I did barely any work, so I'm happy.
So you didn't do any work yesterday, so you're happy. So let's talk about your book. So in your book, you said, I was born from a legacy.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
So, after your mom passed away,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to have her as a memory,
Mm-hmm.
so I put her in my book
Mm-hmm.
so we can all remember her.
So we can all remember her. That's right. So you weren't born when Grandma Deborah was when passed away, but you were informed about her, and so she's a legacy. And you know, we always talk about a legacy is not what you accomplish, but what you prepare others to do. And so she's prepared you to be the queen that you're growing up to be. Very nice. Let's see. In your book, you said, I wrote some questions because when you get old, you know, you forget. So in your book, you said, I am a dreamer. What do you want to become when you grow up? I know you said singer and entrepreneur, but anything else you thought about?
Well, maybe I was thinking of becoming a math teacher.
Okay.
Because I really love math.
Okay, you hear that, teachers? Math teacher. She really wanted to become math. And also, you talked to Miss United States when she came in, and you told her something. What did you tell her?
I'm in a pageant and I need your help.
She said, I'm in a pageant, I need my help, your help. So you want to be a winner, don't you?
Yes.
All the time, all the time. How many, I wanted to just say, there's some other young girls here, Queen in Training, that have dreams and they want to do things, and they might want to even author their own book. Do you have any encouraging words for them?
Stay on that path that you're walking on.
Stay on the path that you're walking on. So what are some things they should do while they're on that path?
Don't let anything get in their way.
Mm-hmm.
And if something's like health problems or something else is stopping you,
Mm-hmm.
you can still become what you want to be.
Still become what you want to be, and also trust and believe God, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Trust and believe God. Listen, what's your next steps? Like, what do you want to do next? You wrote one book called 10 Purposeful Tips for a Successful School Year. We did that together as we were preparing for school for this upcoming year. And then you have I Am a Cutie, Queen in Training, and you're going to be doing some workshops with the girls and stuff like that. The book club. What's next for you? What do you want to do next?
What I want to do next is make a book about some sports.
A book about sports. Do you even know how to play sports?
I know how to play basketball.
Who taught you?
Myself.
Oh, okay. Do you want your brother William to help you with the book?
No.
No. Why not? We got to give him something. Remember, he wants a cartoon. He wants to be called Fast Boy, right?
He's technically copying The Flash.
He's copying the Flash. Listen, so that's good. So you want to write a book about sports. Well, have you started?
No.
When do you plan on to?
I think I'm going to start either next, 2 months.
2 months? Okay.
Wait. 3 or 2 months.
3 or 2 months. Okay. Well, let's keep me posted. Well, listen, again, thank you for the opportunity. We're so glad that you wrote the book, that it would help and encourage girls that are princesses to be queens in training, okay? Because there are things that we have to do, and sometimes the days may come where, like you said, we might have problems in school or, problems in our health or things of that nature, but we have to stay focused and stay on the path. Thank you, Michaela. So at this time, before we conclude, let's give Michaela a clap. Thank you, Michaela. We appreciate you sharing. Anybody in the audience have a question? So any of our audience, I see a hand. Come on, beautiful. Aunt Joy, can you help this beautiful queen down? Hello, Miss Laura. There's some seats over here. Please don't stand. Y'all can have a seat, food back there. Help yourself. Glad you made it. So tell us, come on stage with us. You can tell us your name and you can ask Michaela a question.
Okay. My name is Michael Carter, and my question for Michaela is, what was one reason why you decided to write this book?
The reason was to give others confidence.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much. Do anybody else have a question? Anybody else have a question? Jamie, you got a question? Anybody else? Well, if there's no other questions, let's give Michaela another hand clap. And we are going to now turn it back over to Queen Joy.
Thank you very much. Thank you, baby. Wait, I have a question for you. Tell me again, what did that little girl say to you about your hair? Because you didn't tell Aunt Joy that. You know I would have been at your school in about 10 minutes. But what did she say?
Is that fake hair in your hair?
She said, is that fake hair? You know, people say that even as adults, but I know someone who has an answer for that person. Miss Lexi P. Let's give Miss Lexi P from Curlinista a hand. So you could definitely help her with that, right? So Miss Lexi P, you can actually have Michaela's mic. Miss Lexi P, let's give her another round of applause because you know we have to support our young queens, and she is teaching girls and sharing a positive message on how to love your natural hair, right? So see, Michaela, you have two young ladies who are ready for you, okay? And yes, you have to put on your tiara. So I am going to turn it over to you to share a little bit about your message, okay?
Hi everyone, my name is Lexi and I'm 13 years old, and my product is Curlinistas. I started off with my book at 11 called Curly Girls Love Your Curls, and it teaches girls how to love their hair. And I wanted to write this book because I didn't like my hair when I was younger, and I wanted to help other girls who went through the same thing as me because I know hair is a really big problem. And I also wrote another book called The Ice Cream Talk, Loving the Skin You're In. And that book is more about my story and how I learned how to love my skin color because my grandmother has very fair skin color. And when we would go places together, a lot of people didn't think that she was with me. And when I was younger, I didn't understand why. Like, I just looked at it like, this is my grandma. I don't understand why people don't think we're together. And she explained it to me as, even though I'm vanilla and you're chocolate, we're still people at the end of the day, no matter your flavor. Now, last year in 2018, I came up with my own hair care line called Curlinistas, and I have a curl cream, a detangler, and a curl custard as well. And I got attention from Sally Beauty. Well, I entered the Cultivate program, and I won, which was really good, and they helped me a lot. And my products are now in their stores and in the website as well. And this whole product line has really helped my business a lot. So, do you have any questions for me? And you guys can follow me on Instagram at Curlinistas, CurlanisTas as well.
My question is, after writing your book and after designing your products, how do you think all that has helped your confidence?
That has really helped my confidence a lot. Just people telling me, like, your story has really helped my daughter. She did not like her hair at first, and now she's learning to love it. And I feel like the product has really had that real touch to it. Because with my book, I teach girls how to love their hair. With my hair products, I teach girls how to take care of their hair. And that helps a lot. And what really keeps me going with my business is just the feedback that I get from people. That really pushes me to keep on going, and just to see the positive impact that I'm giving to young girls.
I have a question because I heard you say that you wrote your first book when you was 11, and now you're 13. So you wrote books. You have a product that's in Sally's beauty supply store. And they can get it online, but it's in 33 stores in Maryland. I got my stuff together. So my question is, how do you manage balancing that all with school and speaking? Because didn't you speak for Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey's wife, at the foundation also? So how do you balance between traveling and school and writing? How are you managing all that as a tween, because you're a teenager now, a teenpreneur?
Well, it can be stressful at times, but I still push through because I really love doing my whole business. So with school, I have to take time, like just make sure that I do my homework and stay on what I need to do. And sometimes I do like to take breaks especially because I'm in 8th grade now and I have tests on tests and projects. So sometimes I do like to take breaks, but I also still make sure that I do videos for my page and just keep on being connected with my fans or my supporters, really. And on the weekends, me and my mom, we talk about different ideas, and she has a little calendar that she put for me, which I need to start looking at. And she has everything planned out for me, and I really think just being organized helps a lot.
Anybody else have a question? And so Lexi's going to stay around and everything, so we're going to take some pictures later. Is that okay? And if you want to, talk to her, she's going to be right around with us today. So thank you, Lexi. Let's give Lexi a hand.
Thank you, Lexi. So I don't think you all heard her. She has her own product line at 13 years old. I think that is worthy of another round of applause. And you all are lucky because guess what? You don't have to go to Sally Beauty Supply when you leave here to go get her products. You can actually go right in the back when you go get some cupcakes and candy, and you can look at her products and learn more about her when we are all done. So thank you, Lexi. And we have a certificate for you. Lexi, we have a certificate for you. I understand. I'm going to take a picture with her later, too. So I'm going to turn it over to Michaela.
Certificate of Appreciation awarded to Lexi Proctor for giving of her time, talent, and resources to inspire and share with her queens in training. On this day, the 2nd of March 2019, I'm a cutie, Queen in Training, Books Y.
Okay. I caught most of that because I was trying to do a phone call. But I want to say this. I think that often because of how we go about doing a lot of things socially, when you hear something that dynamic, it can tend to get glossed over. And in a world where people who look like us are spending billions in stores they don't own, on products that they don't control, in areas that they don't actually have ownership in. For somebody who is 13 in America, who looks like you, wait a minute, who has their product not on giveaway, but on legitimate operation in a storefront, in multiple storefronts, that is all that bosspreneur, entrepreneur, queen, diva slay. See, that's it actually going to work. And we can't just let that just go and not be celebrated. That is awesome. That is really awesome. And I just say that because any of the entrepreneurs in this room, that kind of twinge, that who's an entrepreneur in this room that's feeling, you feel that little twinge like when, I like that. Because that's not easy. Most folks in your generation are too busy like zombies on the street like this. All that's not easy. And you're in a world where folks are creating legacy, and unfortunately, as a previous generation, we haven't done enough in terms of giving a legacy to this next generation and saying, come on, this is how it's done. So I applaud you. I also want you to consider, I'm not going to go into depth deep because we have a program, but there is a world of pageantry within Miss America, Miss United States, and I'd like to talk to you about that in the future because that is something that I do as far as coaching within it. I had the pleasure of working with a few people. This is one of them here. And I would like to talk to you because for you to be able to have that kind of control and dynamic, myself and Miss United States were both looking with a knowing eye saying this is somebody who has good potential on a broader level even outside of what you're doing. So congrats.
Thank you. See, now, isn't that what this event is about? Isn't it about networking? Isn't it about supporting other people? Isn't it about taking your opportunity and creating another opportunity for someone else? So that is definitely a lesson that we need to take from here. And don't worry, I can talk to you too about being in a pageant. Mrs. United States or something. I know, you told me that over in the corner, that's okay. So before we go on, lies, she's 26. 26. So we have another door prize. So Jamie, if you could come on up. Michaela, can you do the honors, please, of picking another name? Amiko Cottom. Imiko, yay! Woo! Come on down, Imiko. I love your dress. Woo! Congratulations. You are very welcome, little queen. Thank you. And get a picture. Thank you, Imiko. Now, I have the honor of introducing our special guest, Miss United States 2018, Andromeda Peters. Woo! Miss Peters touts a master's degree in social work and a bachelor's in psychology with a minor in theater, and is a licensed clinical therapist and life coach. No stranger to the stage, she became active in theater at the age of 11 and remains passionate about writing, acting, and singing today. Taking her love affair with prose one step further, she is currently working on a novel with her father about being different, acceptance, and loving oneself. Service has always been a large part of Andromeda's life and provided her with a myriad of opportunities. As a therapist, Andromeda was led to her platform, which is her movement, Your Mind Matters, where she teaches others that mental health is just as important as physical health. She also teaches students the signs on when and how to seek help for themselves, which is so important right now with social media, and mindfulness techniques such as meditation. Andromeda's passion lays in letting our country know that asking for help is okay and brave. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause and welcome Miss United States 2018.
Thank you so much for having me. First of all, I'm just super impressed that you pronounced my name the right way. Never happens. So I'm really excited to be here today, and it's so inspiring to be surrounded by so many wonderful queens, whether you're wearing a crown or not. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, which is the importance of self-love. And I know that we talked about that a little bit in Michaela's book, and she even prefaced the 2 most powerful words in her affirmations, which are, what, Michaela? I am, right? So using affirmations not just to help ourselves feel great on the outside, but also feeling good on the inside. And a lot of what I do as a therapist are teaching different mindfulness techniques through the use of affirmations and guided meditations as well. So I'd like to do a little small one with a crowd, if that's okay. And everyone is sitting, which is great. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just to feel comfortable where you're seated and just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another deep breath in and another deep breath out. And when you feel ready, I know there's a lot of background noise, that's okay. I want you to lower, or you can close your eyes and just let my voice guide you. I want you to imagine what it feels like to feel happy. I want you to imagine what it feels like to live in your highest joy. And I then want you to envision the person in front of you who you love the most. And take a moment to see them clearly. See their facial expressions. See what they're wearing. It's as if they're standing right in front of you right now. I want you to imagine seeing this person smile. I want you to imagine seeing this person so happy and so filled with joy. And I want you to take a moment to feel like what it feels like to see this person who you love so much exude so much happiness. You might notice some different physiological changes in your body, whether it's a faster heart rate, whether you've got butterflies in your tummy. Just be in that joyful moment and watch this person living their dreams, living to their full potential, and just observe how happy that in turn makes you feel. I now want you to imagine that the person who you envisioned in front of you is you, and what it feels like to watch yourself be at your happiness and living to your ultimate potential. You can open your eyes. That joy and that bliss is what we have to learn to embody within ourselves and carry with us everywhere we go, every single day. And with all of the stress and what we see in the media and work and traffic and whatever other stresses you have, it can be hard to stay there and to resonate in that joy. But some things that can help you are the use of those affirmations. And that's why I thought it was so amazing that Michaela, at just 8 years old, wrote a book on this. And adults or young people, doesn't matter, you can take a lot of what she wrote in that book and read those phrases to yourselves on a daily basis. It helps to give yourself a visual, whether it's writing I am and something positive on a Post-it note and sticking it on your mirror, saving it as the background in your phone, or even going to the mirror regularly, looking yourself in the eye and saying something positive. And the reason why it's so important to love yourself is so that you can always give that unconditional love to the rest of the world, which is so important. So that's my challenge for all of you today. Thank you.
I've been staring at it the whole time. Michaela, could you please present your appreciation?
Certificate of Appreciation awarded to Anjamia Peters for giving of her time, talent, and resources to inspire and share with Queens in Training. On this day, the 2nd of March 2019, I'm a cutie, Queen in Training Book Soiree.
Thank you. Very good. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss United States. Do you take that crown and sash off and put it in that bag that's in the bag? Thank you again so much. So before we get to our thank yous, we have one more door prize, but I know that some people did not get their name in the basket. So if you have not put your name in the basket, please raise your hand. We'll make sure your name gets in, and then we're going to select our next door prize winner. Everyone's in? Michaela Green, I need you. We have one more door prize, okay? And we're going to say this is a surprise what we're going to give. Who's our lucky winner?
Kathy. Miss Kathy.
Miss Kathy. And Miss Kathy is the lucky winner of a free copy of Michaela's book. Thank you so much. I am a cutie. And before I hand it over to Dr. Green to give her thank yous, again, I just want each of you to give yourselves a round of applause. And all of our lovely presenters, please give them a round of applause. Thank you all so much for your support. Let's give our beautiful QTs up there a round of applause. Because we have to remember that we are their example. And so we always have to model and keep in mind that what they see is from us. So thank you so much for all of your support. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Green.
All right. How is everybody doing? Okay, so I want my queens in training. How you guys doing? I can't hear you. I know you make more noise at home than that. How you doing? And what are you? Say, I am a QT. Now put your hand on the hip and say it, because I know y'all got some attitude. So come on, let's do it. Together, say, I am a QT. And what does that stand for? Nice and loud. Queen in training. That's right, a queen in training. I bet you Meghan Markle didn't know she was a queen in training. How about that? Now look at her now. So, so everything is inspired, and you better, like Michaela said, walk the path that you were chosen to walk, okay? Because you are a queen in training. And so thank you, everybody, for coming out. We are not done. We are actually going to now, if you have a book, Michaela's going to sign your book and everything now. We have the candy dessert table that everybody's been trying to get at. Please help yourself. Again, let me just put it out there. I don't want to take none of this home, okay? So to help yourself to what's over there. And Lexi P is here as well. We're going to take some pictures, sign books. And I want to thank just a few people. I want to thank Hotel RL for having us here today. So thank you again, Hotel RL, for having us here. I want to, of course, thank my husband. I tell people all the time, he's not just my partner for life, he's my partner in life. So we do this together. So, he's like, we have our business meeting once a week. We put things in place, and we make it happen. So I thank him, truly, I do. And I thank all of you for coming, because without you today, we would not have been possible. I want to thank our special guest, our speaker, Ms. LaQuisha Hall. Let's give her a hand clap. Lexi P over there, give her a hand clap. And Miss United States Andromeda Peters, give her a hand clap. And I can't recall again because I'm getting old, but little Miss United States, she was supposed to be here, but she lives in West Virginia. And they get a little bit more snow than we do. And they had a snowstorm. And so they could not make it through the mountains. So, of course, we wanted them to be safe. So I'm quite certain that we will plan another event, and she will definitely be there, because this is just only the first of beginnings. We're going to be doing so many things for our queen and training. Did you hear me say thank you? Did you hear me say thank you? I get some points. Okay, I didn't say that. Because, I saw what he posted on your post, talking about, please tell my wife that you need to listen sometime and not speak. That's basically say, shut up, right? So I'm just trying to say thank you. And, listen, y'all, if y'all only know, right? So, And of course, I would be remiss, and we thank you, Elder Sylvia, but to thank God, because God is truly, in him I live, move, and have my being. And I literally mean that, because nothing I do is me. It's all inspired by God. God either give it to me in a dream, he give it to me in a vision, he'll wake me up, I got to write it down, he talks to me on the highway, and I do it. Because I do recall he told me to do something one time before, and I didn't do it, and I saw him take it and give it to somebody else. And that thing broke me. And I didn't do it because I was scared, and I didn't know how to do it. But now I'm learning, don't you worry about it, because if God tells you to do it, just do it. And so I tell my story now as my testimony of when I lost my job on July 19th of 2018. And I was at executive level, making six figures, doing a whole bunch of stuff, shutting it down, keeping us off the news. I felt like Olivia Pope. And then the day happened when they said, you're no longer going to be working here. And I literally heard God say, don't cast your pearls to swine. And then after they told me you're not going to be doing that, and they downgraded me, and I said, oh, this is what y'all think about me? And so I heard God say, don't cast your pearls to swine, just trust me. And in that moment, I said, I trust you. And I heard God said, this act of faith has released you into the entire plan for your life. And I did not know where God was going to take me, and why he was going to take me there, and why he had even used my daughter, who had ADHD, ODD, and being bullied. And I would get calls at school that I had to come and get her because she's running down the street. And I had to hear my daughter wanting to kill her teacher. See, this is the thing people don't see. But you see this, but you don't see what it takes to get here. And I celebrate her freedom now, because we don't struggle through that, because God broke every chain off of her life, because one act of faith will release you into the plan of God. And I celebrate that today. And so where I am, it's only the goodness of God. It's nothing of my might or my own. Everything is because of God's mercy that I'm not consumed. And so when you see me, I hope you see the Christ that's in me. And so I celebrate that on today, and I would be nothing without him. So thank you again for coming. Thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about us, you know how to find us and everything. And listen, we have this place for another hour. We're going to sign books. We're going to eat all that food. Girls, y'all take all of it home. Sugar up for your mothers, okay? Sanita, I'm sorry. Nikki, Michelle, all of y'all. I'm Sandy. I'm sorry. But sugar up. Y'all say sugar up. No turn down. All right. So enjoy. And we are going to start signing books. I'm going to get some pens, and we're going to get the little stickers, and we're going to start. You want something to say something? I'm sorry. You can say something.
I'm going to sugar up for my mama, too.
You're going to sugar for your mama, too. I know that's right. All right. Thank you, everybody.